We're back, baby!
We are back after about 7 months. 7 months.
Wow, long hiatus.
Should probably explain that basically
Glory's fault.
I've been trying
Always.
to teach Charlie how to edit. So Charlie's going to be helping out with the editing of the podcast. Naomi is going to eventually as well.
When I finish my dissertation.
We're all
When she's graduated from nursery.
Yeah, big day coming soon.
we're all going to be doing our equal parts in this venture, but also there's just been a load of other shit going on in all of our lives.
Life be lifing.
Can we just take a minute for these sleeves? Because I just love them.
So if any of you guys watched our Christmas episode, you may remember that these guys got presents and I did not bring my presents, but it was these pajamas that I got us.
Yes, this was Naomi's present to all of us. And we thought with this being the Barbie episode, they would be appropriate.
Fitting.
What are they? Silky flamingo, pink,
Feathered pajamas.
And whenever I
God.
put these on, there's just pink feathers all around the
Molting.
house because they just molt. They just come off.
So, as Gloria said, we're discussing Barbie today. We should have started with, "Hey Barbie,
Hey Cam.
hey Barbie." Gloria, why are you not saying anything? Have you not seen the film?
Not a third character in this dialogue.
Oh, Alan, you can be Alan. They just all say "Hey Barbie" to each other. Hey Ken, Gloria, come on now.
Barbie. Hey, Ken.
So you're just going to let loose this episode, Gory, aren't you? You're just going to go wild.
Right.
I've got my Barbie jammy top on, and I've got a Barbie dress underneath because I put this whatever this fabric is it polyester? Shiny polyester is making me sweat my tits off.
Yeah, it's making me really hot as well. So today I actually feel quite good. So I got back from New York a week ago, where I went for a week for my partner's 40th, because he's a very, very old man now. So we celebrated over there, and that was
Did you tell him that lots while you were away?
I tell it him every opportunity I can.
That's so nice.
He loves it.
Yeah.
It just needs to be reminded, you know.
Absolutely.
So I got back from New York. We had a great time, glorious, and then came back, saw the Barbie movie with my friend, and we both loved it. That was great. But then she went home, and I have been pinned to my bed with anxiety, just feeling very overwhelmed by the task of finishing my dissertation, to the point that it's funny, anxiety and depression have similar traits, traits that overlap. And I just was doing nothing, just in bed or watching Netflix, just doing absolutely nothing, to the point that I was becoming annoyed with myself. But anyway, then yesterday I saw my therapist, always great. And I was supposed to see her on Tuesday, and I put it off because I was I can't face it. But people, if you have a therapist and you want to put it off, don't put it off, because you will undoubtedly feel better afterwards. Anyway, saw her yesterday, game changer. Did some work whilst on a video call with her, and I think it was just, the fear of starting something. It just stops you, and I just needed to get into the flow of things again. So that was a game changer.
That's ADHD, isn't it?
Yeah.
ADHD symptoms of procrastination.
Yeah, hardcore. So today, feel good again.
Literally everybody procrastinates.
ADHD, people with ADHD, it's procrastination to another level, though. Yeah, it's an intense procrastination. But yeah.
I do get everybody nowadays is saying, "Oh, everyone's got ADHD. Oh, everyone's saying they've got ADHD," and then I think, but I am I do not function the same as other people. Maybe it is just a spectrum. I don't know. But there are people who aren't habitually late.
Yeah. I don't think I
focus on
function
stuff.
like. Yeah, same.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we're just drawn to each other because we're all
like
I am pretty much late to most things.
Yeah, good. You should get that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. People sometimes tell me I think you have ADHD, but I'm like, I don't know.
No, I'm just a cunt.
Yeah, just a cunt. I don't know. But even if I did, what the fuck am I gonna do about it? You know, I am who I am, bitch. Am I gonna medicate
with medication?
I don't really want to medicate myself. I don't want to medicate myself. I'm happy with who I am. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're doing all right on it, aren't you? It's if you had to get a routine 9 to 5 or get a child to school and do all of that together.
To be fair, when I had a 9 to 5, I was pretty much late. Like a few minutes late, like every single day, and I did piss my boss off, and it was simply because I just couldn't manage my time in the morning. I left everything to the last minute every morning, like doing my makeup, doing my putting clothes on, whatever, to the last minute. And I tell myself I could simply do this 5 minutes earlier and I'd never be late, but I never fucking did. I left it to the last fucking second every single day, and I really pissed my boss off every day.
Apparently that's a trait of ADHD as well.
Yeah, that is a trait of ADHD.
Not fully understanding
or
time,
thinking every time that you've got enough time but never leaving enough time.
Yeah, I always think, I'll just sort of get dressed quicker then, and then I never do because I just have to do this thing.
But we're not incapable women. But somebody once said to me, "You are the most organized and disorganized." Capable and uncapable woman I've ever met.
I think I'm organized and disorganized as well.
Capable and uncapable.
I relate.
You know what I mean? I can
particular about planning out what I have to do in the week, but yeah.
I actually crave the structure of a 9 to 5. Truly, I can't wait to get back into having a job again. I feel like when I came back from New York, what's taken me a long time to sort my shit out again is not having structure, because I just have to do things as and when I'm ready. Whereas if you come back from holiday or whatever, and it's you have to be at work at this time, you finish at this time, then you kind of have no option but to.
Although after COVID, a lot of jobs are flexi time. All my job now is flexi time. My job before was flexi time.
Yeah. It's different when you're getting paid to do the job as well, though.
True, because it means I have to do it.
Exactly.
But I'll get it done, but it doesn't, but because I'm not working 9 to 5 and I'm not forced to, it means I will get it done in the least efficient, most energy draining, bad for your mental health way.
Yeah. It was anxiety inducing.
Yeah. Way. So I'll sleep because I can't concentrate, and then I'll be working at midnight.
Yeah, I do
really that. Good. It's really good for you.
Yeah.
Well, when I it's with my job, it's I can just work whenever I want.
But you can work till midnight and then sleep in. But I've got to get up and take this tiny creature to school.
Yeah. Today, I this is how horrendous I felt this week. I went back to the gym, and honestly, did a little stretch and then got on a treadmill. Walked a bit, and when I started running, I started to well up because it felt like I was taking control back again.
I was really conflicted then, Naomi. My first instinct was to be like, "Oh, friend," immediately replaced by make a joke about crying about running and crying about exercise. Do it.
Dude, I could see the conflict in your face as well. It
is so strange, isn't it? Because the week before last, I was all over the shop, absolutely all over the shop. My head was really bad. I've even put a deposit down on a private ADHD assessment because I was I cannot keep going like this. I cannot keep going like this.
I told you about this. There's loads of scammy ADHD clinics that are.
But there'll be some that are not scams, though. Obviously, they're not all scams.
Literally the ones being recommended by the NHS. have turned out to be scams. You need to watch the Panorama thing.
Okay, so how do you spot one that's not a scam then?
So the scammy ones, they literally will they will assess you for like 40 minutes over a Zoom call, and they'll be like, do you find it hard to concentrate sometimes? And literally everybody would say yes to that question. And then like at the end of this 40-minute Zoom call, they're like, okay, you have ADHD. And then they prescribe you loads of expensive drugs, and then they make money out of that somehow.
Sounds excellent. I like some. It's efficient.
So,
to be honest, I've gone with one that my friend went with. And she's doing it all, so it seems okay. They're asking for your school records, and like, you know, they take a list, because they want to look at whether you had to, like, do you know what I mean? Whether you could concentrate at school and stuff, or
who the fuck's got school records? Do you?
Yeah. So. There'll be somewhere, yeah.
I don't.
No. Have you got it?
School.
Got it.
What, have I still got them?
Yeah.
I highly doubt it.
Oh, just me then. Is it because yours just said maths, egg, English, egg?
Why would I keep them? Like, what for? Just
why would they say egg?
Because she's Gory the mysterious egg. Oh, that's what she was at school. Because she's quiet and but you've got Cracker. Is that or is that not true, Gory?
This is what you always said. I'm not as quiet as I used to be, but yeah.
No, you're not.
Like quite quiet at school. I can still be quite quiet. Like now, it's a weird thing. It's like I'm still I can still be like quite introverted sometimes.
I know.
It's weird because like like on the internet, probably people think that I'm super extroverted.
Fun.
But no, in real life,
funny.
Quite pretty shy in real life.
Not really shy. You know, really I wouldn't necessarily say it's shy. It's just almost like I don't know, you'll partake when you can be bothered to partake.
Uninterested.
But it's like,
nonchalant.
I'm not the kind of person who like there's these type of people who like literally when they have nothing to say, they'll fucking say it anyway. I'm not that kind of person. I only ever want to say something when I feel like I've really got something to add to a conversation. So I guess like when the conversation's about something that I'm not interested in or feel like I've got nothing to add, then I'll be quite quiet. But if I really feel like I've got something to add, I'll definitely make sure that I say something.
I think everything I
but
say
even not even just like
quality.
But even not even like when you've got something to say, like even just generally. I think the Gory the mysterious egg thing came from you'd be so quiet and so like not contribute, and then you'd just come out with an absolute banger every now and then. So anyway,
yeah, that's what she's saying. She's giving us gold.
YouTube right now though, aren't I? Because I barely come out with a video, but when I do, I make sure it's like the best thing I could have made.
You know what I was thinking, Gory? I feel like I would like you to do one on the Freemasons, because somebody mentioned them to me the other day, and I was like, that's surely not a thing still. But apparently it is, and I'd really like to know more about it. And I don't have the time, so if you wouldn't mind.
I get told to do a video on something every fucking day by a million people. I'm like, yeah, sure, it's being added to the list.
Yeah, but I'm me.
I said how I was. How are you guys?
All right.
I'd say overall pretty good right now.
Love that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably the same. Like I'm getting a bit better at my job. I'm being a bit more healthy, and I lost my sex drive and I didn't come on my period for a while. So I was like, oh no.
You thought you were pregnant?
I was pregnant, and I really was like, oh
no.
I think I did 4 tests.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I like to do tests when I think I might be pregnant.
That's expensive.
A day. I'll do another test, and then
that's like £9 each or something. Pregnancy tests, don't they cost loads of money? Or do you
we've moved forward since them days.
I haven't done one in.
Get yourself down, Asda. Get a multi-pack for £3.
Really? Can you?
3, yeah. Could probably get 3 for £1 somewhere. Yeah, they're not what they were. If you're after a £9 day, you're looking at the clear blues.
That's the most excited you've been the whole episode, Gory. £3 for a multi-pack of pregnancy tests. Wow.
No, and they were all negative. But I was thinking, oh God.
No baby.
No baby.
No baby with one of your workmen.
One of my workmen. one of my tradesmen. Look, I think you'll find of late there's only been one tradesman.
You're still looking for like a sperm donor kind of guy.
I've kind of kept that on the back burner because if I would really rather meet somebody, and even to be honest, like the way I was feeling last week, I was just like, I don't know if I can do another child. I am tired. But I think that's partly to do with taking on a new job with, you know, completely new area and having to like relearn everything and just being a bit exhausted with that.
Yeah, and traveling.
But no, like I'm not, because I've just started a new job, I'm not rushing into it, but I certainly haven't ruled out as an idea. I've spoke to a couple of guys. I think it's a cool idea.
You get one of our listeners to be a donor.
Yeah, would anybody like to put a baby in me?
Oh, mate. The comments you're going to get.
Oh, God.
Well, you know, I'm taking applications. Yeah. I mean, it's not that like I could, there's people that if I wanted to settle down now, with anybody, and it wouldn't even just be anybody, like a box ticker, somebody that like brings you flowers, somebody that, you know, owns their house, has a good job. I could, but I just, you know, that spark isn't there, sadly. And if there's not a spark, then I don't know. Fanny says no. I think that's what it comes down to for me. I wish I was one of those savvy women that was like, yes, this is a box ticker. Let's make this work. But I'm not. If Fanny says no, then Fanny says no. And that's that.
I don't think that's necessarily savvy. Settling for someone who does the things that you think someone's supposed to do.
Who makes your life easy, won't leave you, has a lot of money so you can just potter about in your pants. That would have been the right thing to do, but it's too late. It's too fucking late.
You want something that makes you laugh. That's a big one for me anyway.
Oh yeah, that's the thing this tradesman did. He really made me laugh. I was in the car the other day. I'd gone to get my mum a jumper because she was cold. So me and Violet was next to me in the car, put the jumper on Violet's lap, and she just had it all bunched up here around her tummy, and she just looked at me and went, "I'm having a baby." I was like, "Bye." She was like, "My name's not Bye." And yet I'm having a baby. I was like, Violet, you do know babies are really hard work, don't you? You were one. She went, yeah, I'm having a baby, but it's because my husband wants one. And he said...
Violet said this.
Yeah.
Violet, do not have a baby because your husband wants one.
She's just joking. She's getting really funny. She's like, yeah, it's because my husband wants one. I said, I'm not looking after it. You can. So he's gonna. She's gone Scouse now. I said, no way, I've gone Scouse. I've gone from Yorkshire to Scouse. Anyway, that was very funny. I was there like...
I wonder where she's got that from.
I don't know, but she's funny.
You need to get this on TikTok.
She does want to be a YouTuber or a blogger or whatever, but honestly, who's got the time? All right then, moving swiftly on. I'm so pleased we start these categories. They're going really well. It's a seamless transition from one to the next. We say yessages to your messages.
Regarding watching porn, however ethically produced it is, however independent and empowered women might think they are producing their own material for financial gain, porn is exploitative of both the producer and the consumer. The Andrew Tates of the world are in the same industry as all the other pornographers. To consume it and produce it is to participate in a process which dehumanizes and degrades. Let's not promote porn.
Well, you would probably concur with that, would you, Corey? Whereas I would not.
You think I would concur with that?
Well, you don't watch it and you find it a bit gross. That's the same. It's the same thing, isn't it?
It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing, is it?
I don't like the kind of stuff that you guys like, I don't think. I to be honest, I don't really watch it at all.
I don't think the porn industry is I don't think it's a black and white issue. I don't think it's porn is good or porn is bad. I think it's good and bad.
I mean, if you take it down to its absolute basic component, it's just people having sex on camera, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it still can be very exploitative.
Well, yeah. No, but I mean, take porn, the definition of porn, aside from the reality of the industry as it is, because what this guy is saying, guy, woman, I'm not sure, that porn in whatever form is always exploitative.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Is that what they've said? It's always exploitative.
Yeah, I didn't. No, to be honest, I wouldn't agree with that. It's just that personally,
It also takes away anyone's autonomy as well. So that's quite a reductive view. It's quite a patronizing view.
Yeah.
I just think that personally, I don't know. I'm probably in my head a little bit too much when I watch it, and I'm like,
do you feel like they know you're watching?
No, it's not that. It's
not like they're looking at you.
I'm just like,
I can see you watching porn. Everybody's going to know you've been watching porn.
I'm thinking too much about how like it's made, and like the possibility that there could have been something awful going on there, like more than anything else. But also, like, I just don't really care to watch it anyway. I'm not dying to watch it, and then my moral brain is like, no, you can't. Like, I don't give a shit about watching it anyway.
Your moral brain sounds like Tony the Ball Bag from what's it called? Mighty Boosh. No,
you watch it. You watch the porn. It's immoral.
It's a thing. Put your heart on a wine. Gotta laugh at it,
Is that a celebration?
Yeah, that's very funny. I like that. No, I don't think at its core it's exploitative. I mean, everybody's comfortable with different things, aren't they?
Yeah.
Perhaps the person who made that comment wouldn't be comfortable with it in any way and just cannot foresee that anybody would. But I think I'd rather be doing OnlyFans if the world wasn't so fucking judgy. Or it would be like, oh, you do that. What's wrong with doing that? I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. It's fun. What a fun way to make money. In fact, that's my criteria if I'm talking to somebody on a dating app. If we can't get married and do an OnlyFans so we can give up our jobs, then I'm not into it.
Yeah, I guess it works both ways. There's probably people who would do OnlyFans for if society.
Yeah, again,
and there's probably people who wouldn't do OnlyFans for certain societal reasons.
Definitely. Again, it's not like black and white, is it? There'll be some people who do OnlyFans because they're like, yeah, great way, easy way to make money. And there'll be some people who are like selling sex because they think that they don't have other options. Do you know what I mean? And that's
yeah.
So yeah, it's not black and white, guys.
I'd be interested to hear more about why it's always exploitative. So I'd be interested to know from this person.
It's not always exploitative.
It's like, so let's take a scenario where, like, I think the idea of I think it's a great thing that people have been able to make their own platforms nowadays, because it does take the power out of the hands of the people that can be exploitative. So if for somebody, say, you know, hypothetically, a woman who is successful at doing it, does it on her own platform, accepts the work she wants to accept, and doesn't accept the rest, how is that exploitative? I'm interested to hear, because I can't get to it myself.
Barbie, what did we think, guys and gals?
Well, can we just start with what's more important? Do you like my Barbie outfit? Do you like my Barbie headband?
Yeah, I do, Barbie.
You like my long Barbie hair?
Cute. Oh, you've put extensions in?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, looks nice.
Hey!
It's a really good impression of me.
Who brought this guy? Yeah. Honestly.
Naomi, is that natural, that hair?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Yeah, people have asked me if it's a wig, but absolutely not. I'm actually quite offended when people ask me that. I've been growing it for a while.
So, right, did we like it?
Sorry, you started saying you went to see it by yourself.
I went on my own, but it was quite lucky that I did anyway, because the screen sold out so fucking fast. I was like, I'll be fine getting a ticket when I get into town. And like I was like refreshing the website. I was like, shit, like every showing was like sold out. So I was quite lucky because I managed to get one about 9 p.m. but like a single seat on its own. So I was on my own. But I just need to rant a little bit. The entire time there was this girl sat next to me.
Child on YouTube.
No, it was a grown-ass fucking woman.
Oh.
She literally the entire time she was Snapchatting a friend. And you know how you have those little fucking tables on cinema seats nowadays? The little wind out tables. She had her phone.
No, sorry, wait, rewind. What elite cinema are you visiting?
Cinema in the centre of Leeds, the View Cinema. Like every seat is like
the one for models and stagiaires.
Yeah,
like every seat in it now.
Understand.
Like, you know, those reclining seats that you can like.
Oh.
And they come with little tables with little drink holders and things. Anyway, every seat has its own table. She had her phone sat there, face up, on the table, and every time that person would fucking respond to her on Snapchat, it would light up on the fucking table next to me, and she'd pick it up, and she had this really fucking disgusting long nails, right? So she'd fucking respond every fucking time, and all I could hear was her disgusting long nails tapping on the fucking screen of her fucking mobile the entire time throughout the entire film.
Oh my God.
Did you not just stop it, you cunt, or I'm going to bang you out?
I had a hood, so I put it up. I was like, I won't be able to see it if I put my hood up. I was just like sat there like, you fucking, but then I could still hear it tapping with her fucking nails. So I mean, when I think about my experience watching the Barbie film, that's all I can think of.
Thank you so much for your input, Gory. That's been really good.
£8 to text her, Snapchat her mate the entire time.
Why didn't you like have it out with her?
Just say, shut up, love.
Say, love, I've come to watch Barbie. I've left Ubby at home with baby.
So my thing was kids being in the cinema, like eventually getting bored, and then their parents putting on videos on their phones for them. There was a kid sat in front of me, and her mum did that. And then I read a story, something similar happened in Brazil, where a kid was watching YouTube throughout the whole of the Barbie film, and then her mum had a fight with another mum at the end of the film, who was obviously like, "What the fuck?" But I think that must have been happening a lot,
like without headphones in or anything, just literally like.
Yeah.
That's so annoying.
But it was
so annoying. Do this and this. This is why people don't go to the cinema anymore. Like,
I mean, they do.
Deal with other people. Like, only when a really popular film comes out, like Barbie, I feel like cinemas are.
Well, that's when you get the most annoying people. Should have gone to an arty one at the local independent.
Should have just been Oppenheimer.
It'd just been you and two people in corduroy.
Yeah. Anyway,
but like, what did you think of the film? Not so much the tapping of the woman's nails. That your main takeaway? Is that it?
Yep. No, the film was good. I also needed to piss for most of it, so
why didn't you just go for a piss?
I didn't want to piss any of it. But
you're giving us nothing. Well, there was one who had like nails tapping away, really annoying.
It was just nails and piss. That's it.
It was nails and piss. So
I'm not sure we should do reviews in future. I'm just not sure it's your genre.
I'm honestly really bad at media criticism. I'm not good at it at all. But yeah.
Should we get somebody who has a fucking clue and ask them what they think about the film?
Yeah, like somebody else start off the media criticism and I'll
hang on.
Oh, you want to get violent in? Hey, Barbie.
So we wanted to ask you about what your thoughts were on the film.
I think it was great.
Yeah, and how, right, for the people watching, how old are you?
7.
And okay, tell me what was the film about?
Barbie.
Yeah.
Barbie.
That's like one of Gory's answers. Barbie. The end. Could you go into a bit more detail? What happened in it? Vaguely, can you remember? What mainly happened in it?
Barbie's life went wrong.
Why did it go wrong?
I don't know. Why? Tell me why.
Right, so it started off, didn't it? And Barbie was in the dream house and it showed you her life and everything was great in Barbie land. And then she noticed that something was...
Oh, because the person who was playing with her was playing with her too rough and then her life changed.
Oh, it was playing with her too rough, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what was that causing her to feel like?
Weird Barbie.
It made her feel like weird Barbie, did it?
Mm-hmm.
So what did she do?
She went to the real world.
And why did she go to the real world?
Because Weird Barbie told her to.
Mm-hmm. How was that going to solve things? No, Scott, Jillian, don't do that.
Huh?
How is that going to solve things? Going to the real world.
To find the person who was playing with her.
Yeah.
You've got lipstick on this.
So what? Okay, and she found that person, didn't she?
This is actually quite interesting because when you listen to Ben Shapiro's review of the film, his views is this is a film that's made for 7-year-olds and their mothers, like very reductive, like
case in point. Yeah, exactly.
And if you look in the audience, it's a bunch of moms, like youngish moms, middle-aged moms with their like 6, 7, 8-year-old girls. That's the entire crew. This movie is not made for any of those people. In fact, this movie is made for no one.
And here we have a 7-year-old who definitely wasn't getting the themes that we got as adult women.
So what did you think of the film?
I think it was amazing.
Yeah. What did you think was amazing about it? Like, what was like, wow?
I just liked it. I think it was a teeny bit funny. Yeah, I just liked it. I just think it was a good film.
Yeah. I loved all of the costumes and all of the outfits and stuff.
I know, they were nice.
Yeah, you liked that as well, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
And we liked Barbie. Did you like Weird Barbie?
Yeah, I think she was cool because she could do splits.
Yeah, she could do
and
splits.
cartwheels and everything.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Have they seen the Barbie film?
Yeah, so that's why we're all talking about it, because we've all seen it. And we want to know what each other think.
That's why I've dyed my natural hair pink as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely a wig.
Oh,
Yeah,
Whoa.
throw hair.
Back up.
So how is it straight now?
Back up. Pal. I straightened
Wait,
it.
did you
Straightened
just
it,
did you
bleached it, dyed
straighten
it.
your hair?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I don't think you did. That looks a lot like a wig.
Well, honey boo boo, it's mine. I grew it from my own scalp.
I think you did.
I don't think yours looks real. Don't think yours looks real. Is that a wig?
What is my hair?
Is that a wig?
But no.
So,
What the hell?
so do you think that Ken? Do you think that Barbie hated Ken?
No.
No, I don't think that either. Do you think that?
That's the thing, because in the film, when toying, you would always think Ken's like Barbie's boyfriend.
Yeah, well, that's what you think. If before you saw the film, that's what most people think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the film, you're like, oh wait, Barbie doesn't like Ken as a boyfriend.
So how do you like? But do you still think she likes him?
As a friend,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. That's what
There
I
we go.
thought as well. Yeah. And that's okay sometimes, isn't it? It's okay if somebody likes you, but you don't like them, but you can still be friends with them. So in the film, Violet, who had all the power, would you say? Did the women have the power or did the men have the power? Do you remember or did you even notice that?
I'm not sure because all the men, I feel like it had nothing to do with women, and like all the men got the big good jobs, and then all the women just got,
Is this in Barbie Land or the real world?
the real world.
What about in Barbie Land?
I think it's probably all the girls until it turned into Kendom.
Yeah, Kendom. Bad Kennedy. Yeah.
Wait, what did that shirt say that you laughed at?
I am KENOUGH.
I am KENOUGH.
Yes, I am KENOUGH.
I am KENOUGH.
I am KENOUGh.
Yeah, that was good. That was funny.
Yeah,
And there were some bits that I laughed out loud at. Do you remember? Did you laugh out loud at any of it?
Yeah.
What?
Not where I laughed out loud. The loudest was when the girl went on a little rant to Barbie, and then ended it by saying, "You fascist." I thought that was just great timing.
Which girl was that?
The
America Ferrera's daughter.
Yeah.
the girl of the mother who was playing with
Yeah. The teenager girl.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
teenage girl.
You fascist. Oh, okay. I see. I didn't laugh at that.
I laughed the most when Barbie was trying to get the other Barbies to like come out of this like the hatred, like the what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for?
Like
when we were all like hypnotized.
Yeah.
What?
And
when the Barbies, when Ken had gone back from the real world and taught all the Barbies that actually the Kens were in charge and all.
No, he brainwashed them.
They were brainwashed.
He didn't tell them he was better. He brainwashed them. He's the
and it
wasn't Barbies.
And it was that bit where Barbie's trying to get them out, and it says like she tells them, I can't remember what the joke was, but she tells them to go along with it when they start singing to them.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it now? It was really funny.
Oh, when they were when
they're singing to the Barbies on the beach, and the Barbies are like, wow,
yeah.
That really made me laugh.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the actual joke was, but that's actually happened to me before. A guy sang, no diggity to me. No diggity. Back it up around his kitchen table. It was awful.
So after watching that film, what do you think is best? Do you think it's best if girls are in charge or boys are in charge or everybody is just all the same?
I think they should both be in charge.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick one, woman.
Yeah.
It's like I'm a woman.
You're a woman. You are a woman.
I'm a woman. Actually.
You're a woman. Okay. Oh, the joke I found the funniest was I found the beach off thing really funny. I laughed at that.
Yeah.
When the Kens fought the Kens, yeah. But before that, when they like on one of the first scenes when Ken was on the beach.
Oh, when you said I'll beat you up.
Yeah, they were having a beach off, weren't they?
No, they weren't, because Barbie said no one's going to have a beach.
I know, but they was trying to suggest they were going to have a beach off.
I know.
And one was saying, if you beach him off, then I'll beat you off, weren't they?
And we get a series of gay masturbation jokes. Again, there's an audience for children. They're talking about beaching each other off. Right? There's a line where Ken says to another one of the Kens, I'm going to beat you off.
What does that mean, do you think?
I thought they were saying beat you up.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it might be something like that, might it? And I really liked it when it made me laugh when the president came out and said, I can't even remember what she said, but when she came out, she was like, yeah, mother.
It was bleeped by Mattel.
Yeah, it was bleeped. And I really liked it. Oh, yeah, I liked it when she was like, well, I don't have a vagina.
When she goes to the real world, she's catcalled by a bunch of the construction guys, and she says, I don't have a vagina. And she, again, amazing line for your 7-year-old girl.
And she was like, he doesn't have a penis. I don't have a vagina.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you sure you want to be telling people that? They'll think you're like a mad man or a mad woman, because they wouldn't know she's Barbie.
Well, no, they wouldn't. But that's the joke, isn't it? That's why it's funny. And then, like, yeah, when they in that bit where they're like, I want to see what kind of nude blob he's packing under there. Like, I thought that really made me laugh as well. Well, you know, like how Barbie dolls, like Ken dolls, they don't have willies, do they?
No.
Instead, they just have like a blob.
Oh yeah. What about that ball?
They don't have balls. Just a blob. And like Barbie, the girls don't have anything either, do they?
No, they don't even have a blob.
They don't even have a blob. And that tells you all you need to know about inequality right there.
The guy who wants a long-term, long-distance, low-commitment, casual girlfriend who magically becomes a bride wife when he's ready. That was funny. Great as well.
Yeah, I liked that, yeah. And that hit home a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
Ooh. Anything else you want to add about the Barbie film? What was your favourite bit?
Maybe when Barbie yeeted herself into the car.
Yeah, you liked it when she yeeted herself into the car, yeah.
Yeah.
Barbie has irrepressible thoughts of death. So again, at this point, you might be thinking to yourself, wait a second, isn't this a kid's movie? Isn't this supposed to be made for 7-year-old girls? Nope. It's about existential angst. over mortality.
What did you think Barbie meant when she was started to feel sad and she was getting, I think they said, irrepressible feelings of death? What did you think of that? Yeah.
I think it's because she's a Barbie and Barbies can't die. So she was thinking of it like, I'm Barbie style. Huh.
Yeah, so it was like she was getting human feelings because Barbies can't die, but humans can. Do you remember there being anything rude in it? I don't know.
Yeah.
What was rude?
Said a swear word.
Which lady said that? Do you remember?
One of the Barbies.
Yeah. Well, we loved it, didn't we? I really loved it. We loved it. And I feel like it was a different film for Violet than it was for me.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
That is the beauty of it. That's not a bad thing. No, back up to you. I love you millions, zillions, billions.
Bye.
Shall I tell you what I thought about putting myself through listening to Ben Shapiro destroying?
Oh, yeah. We
Barbie.
need to like let the listeners know that we did that.
We put
Be
ourselves
grateful.
through 45 minutes of Ben Shapiro. Well, 43?
43 minutes.
Yeah.
During which he destroyed Barbie. Anybody who says they destroyed anything in a title is automatically a fucking loser, frankly.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
definitely did not destroy
Absolutely
the
not.
thing they claim to be. Ever.
Barbie's the least
Ever.
destroyed she's ever been after that. If anything,
Like literally.
it went the other way. He destroyed 43 minutes of my life. But anyway,
Can I say what an incredible marketing campaign
for her.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
insane. I've never seen anything like it. If I'm being honest, I actually found it to be a bit too much. Like it was just like Barbie, like everywhere, like all of my Instagram. I feel like the campaign went on for a long time, but like powerful, like amazing. Like everyone, like I wore pink, loads of people. You could tell who was going to see the Barbie film because they were wearing pink. And this was adults as well, groups of women.
Yeah.
I've actually never seen anything like it before.
Yeah.
I guess like I was listening to a review and they were saying like, oh no, actually no, it wasn't. It was Ben Shapiro. Oh God, and he was saying it was like Star Wars. That was the closest thing.
What?
Like people getting dressed. He was saying like people getting dressed up to go see the Star Wars movie.
Okay.
But I don't think that even was on this level.
That's why you're seeing everybody wearing pink to the theaters. It's become like a Star Wars kind of thing, where it's an actual cosplay of it.
Yeah, it was cute. And then all like the little girls standing in like the box and having a picture.
Yeah.
Sort of picture of Violet. She looked great. So yeah.
Petite.
So yeah, I put myself through the Ben Shapiro thing and I made a few little notes about what I thought about what he said. And I did just think, okay, what? I mean, right, okay. So he just relentlessly would not stop what are you laughing at, Gory?
Yeah, go ahead.
Despairing at Ben Shapiro. What a twat. I mean, could you pick a less charismatic man? The voice, the structure. I mean, there's men I don't like, their politics and, you know, what they think, but at least they've got some fucking charisma. Jesus, and a voice that's listenable to. Anyway, so he just relentlessly said, this is aimed at mums and 7-year-olds. It's aimed at...
Why did he keep saying that?
I don't know. It was like he was...
I'm so confused that something could be like aimed at both. Like he didn't realize that media could actually like. Does he know about The Simpsons? Like
I have a field day with Peppa Pig. I used to laugh at loads of them jokes. It is not just for the kids. I don't care what they say.
And also, it wasn't just aimed at mums and their children at all.
No, which is evidenced by the fact his team or whoever it was told him to see it and review it. If it was just a kid's film, then he would never have been asked to do it. It was not aimed. They would never have known.
He just really needed something to rant about, I think.
I think they just thought they just wanted somebody. I think his producers or whoever they are just wanted him to talk about it through the lens of somebody with his views.
100%.
For clicks and for adverts, and that's it really.
And that video did do well, so I mean,
well, yeah. And that's but if you look at the comments, everyone's just like, whoa. Taking a bit seriously there, Ben. That's what was the main thing, really. There was serious elements to the film, none of which he seemed to acknowledge. Instead, it was almost like he was doing like a philosophy essay or a politics essay on rational, logical plot lines and arguments about the silly things of the film that were meant to just be silly.
And so now she plays it super stiff like it all. She sits down, in kind of 90-degree position like a Barbie would, and she keels over in the 90-degree position. And it would be funny, except she hasn't been doing it the whole film. Again, the level of inconsistency and bad filmmaking here is just off the charts.
Yeah, it's about.
He was like taking it really fucking seriously. It was embarrassing.
I don't feel, but what he was saying was, to me, it didn't even feel like he was just taking it seriously. For me, he just like came across as, like how the right-wing media is very good at like polarizing people and just saying this is this without like any nuances. That's what his whole.
That's the thing, isn't it? It was devoid of any nuance, because it was like he was just taking this absolute black and white. This meant this, and this meant this. No, it didn't. It meant different things to whoever was watching it, and it brought a lot of topics up to get you thinking about things, but it didn't explicitly mean anything in particular.
Yeah, I thought it was great when you asked Vi, then when you were like asking her, what was it you said now about like, who do you think should be in power then? Like men or women, or like both, because his view and the right-wing media's view as well has very much been, this is a film that says that men are rubbish.
There are no decent males in the entire film. All the men are garbage. The only man who even appears mildly is America Ferrer's husband, who's just kind of a joke.
And even a 7-year-old can see it, that film, and not come away with that message.
Yeah.
How the hell is that what you've got?
Yeah, absolutely not. So, well, yeah, but because he was saying things like the takeaway from this film is that the only way that women and men can live is separately. Women can only succeed without men, and men can only succeed without women, and be isolationists. The film didn't say that at all. The only way it can be is if women hate men. It's just about women hating men. The film didn't say that at all. At all. But it was just like this narrative, this absolute narrative that bare no resemblance to what actually was being said.
And
then just all this like, a 7-year-old, like, making a joke about having a vagina. An 8-year-old. He just kept going on about 7-year-olds and 8-year-olds.
So strange.
Making a joke about vagina. That's good for 7-year-olds, isn't it?
And we literally just asked Violet, and she was like, "Yeah, I thought it was funny that they said that they didn't have a penis."
Because they're dolls. Like
he's saying, you can't even mention the word penis or vagina around a 7.
Kids are aware they have genitals.
Yeah. Look, I've worked in child protection. Some kids are snorting coke and having sex at 8.
Yeah,
that's problematic.
The word vagina. Yes, that's problematic.
It's not where we set the bar.
I know it's not where we set the bar, but I mean, that's what you're worrying about, not the word vagina. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Not that you're openly talking about penises and vaginas but conversations like that, and using like the real words for them as well, like penis, vagina, and not like some euphemism. Like that's a good thing.
And then he was like, and he just kept being like, this is a film for 7-year-olds. Oh, a Citizens Union joke.
There is a Citizens United reference. They say all of the members of the Barbie Supreme Court are women. And then they are speaking out about Citizens United, that corporations are not people. It's literally a Citizens United reference. Who is the audience for this? Who is the 7-year-old girl who's like, yes, I too have a very informed perspective on the Citizens United decision.
How's that going to be good for mums and daughters? Almost as if discounted the fact that mums could want from a film that they take their daughters to anything on any level over and above just nice, pretty things wandering around suitable for children. Like he'd just discounted mums as one. I laughed out loud to loads of it. Do you know what? I wish they could do more kids' films or films suitable for Violet that I enjoy as well, because I just cannot waste any of my life sitting through Disney ones with her. I just can't. I don't have it in me. But that's stuff for me and for her, and I really liked it. And the other thing that I thought was funny that he was talking about 7-year-olds don't want existential angst and a Barbie that talks about irrepressible thoughts of death. And it was almost like the way he spoke about it. It's like he was saying that you can't have both. Do you know what I mean? Like, it either needs to be
So
like
strange.
pretty Barbies walking around in like cute little outfits with little pink feathers and pink headbands, but that you can't have existential angst as well. It's one or the other. Because
But I think his thing was like, well, that's a joke that shouldn't be there in a kid's film. But the whole point is like, but it's not just a kid's film, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that it was a film about feminism. So of course it wasn't just aimed at
But he was saying that
children.
it was a film for mums and 7-year-olds. So you can't have, again, it was just dismissing that a mum of a child would want any, any content at that level.
Anything intelligent.
Yeah.
Or like
anything.
witty.
But you absolutely can have, people who like cute pink Barbie outfits and have existential angst.
Of course, yeah.
All three of us are case in point of that.
Exactly, there we go. I saw a review and this girl was saying she feels that the film, I'm not sure if I 100% agree with this, but she feels that the film has allowed women to embrace hyper femininity because culturally things that are feminized, like liking pink and like fluffy things, girly things, is stuff that's always put down.
Yeah.
Where she was
I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's almost like, it's like, get back in your box, you pink dumb bitches. And just do a nice family friendly, heartwarming film about Barbie and Ken and whatever. Maybe we don't want that. Maybe you can be both. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But I don't know if it's had that effect. I mean, like when people are going to see the film, they're dressing up in pink and shit. But I don't know if it's like, are we embracing hyper femininity now more because of Barbie? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, like there's been like Barbie core fashion that I've seen like on Instagram.
Barbie's everywhere, now at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah. But like,
it's the first time there's been a film where there's been both of those things in it, like clever political references, witty jokes that you'd need to have a certain level of knowledge and understanding to get, at the same time as enjoying the cute outfits and like the scenes.
Well, I guess you could argue that Legally Blonde was making the same point because her thing was like cute. I mean, it was like silly. Like how she got, anyway, they're like parts, whatever. But like the whole thing was like cute, like princess kind of woman, like super hyper feminine, who was also very smart, got into Harvard, studied law. So that was like the same message, wasn't it?
I guess. But then I don't think there was the clever references in Legally Blonde that there was. It was literally that. It was literally a woman who dressed like that and liked that sort of thing, also being clever. But in terms of the actual content of the film, I thought the jokes and the references in Barbie were in and of themselves very clever. And I enjoyed them. Yeah.
I loved it at the end as well. Ben seemed really angry. Oh, not angry. But at the end where she goes to the gynecologist, because when she like entered the real world, and I was thinking, what is it she's doing? Like, what's her first job going to be? What is it? And then she's like, I'm here to see my gynecologist. I thought it was so funny and
he took that
so clever.
Seriously, didn't he? It's like,
I
can't believe the point of a feminist movie was to see the gynecologist. I was like,
and he was saying, so you're saying the thing about being.
Spell this out for you, Ben.
When she is turned into a real woman, she has now grown a vagina. So the first thing that she does is she goes to the gynecologist because, ladies, the apotheosis of your being is not motherhood. We got rid of that at the very beginning. And it's not being a wife or a partner because women are supposed to be apart from men. It is your vagina. It is that you go to the gynecologist. Ladies, this is what makes you the most human you can be, is that you go to the gynecologist. Now, I could point out here that that's really transphobic. That according to the same people who made this movie, not all women have vaginas.
Yeah. So is the message then that like to truly be a woman is to have a vagina then? Well, I don't think that's very left wing. What would trans women say about that? And it was like, well, the whole joke is that Barbie hasn't had a vagina before. She's smooth down there. Like, what are you on about?
Yeah, and now she's got a vagina. But then he was saying ridiculous stuff, wasn't he? Like, oh, and that's the thing you embrace out of womanhood, having a vagina, not being a mother, not being a wife. Like, chill the fuck out, mate. It was a 2-minute funny clip at the end because she
It was
was a doll who didn't have a
funny.
vagina and now doesn't.
Exactly.
What is wrong with you whiny little bitch?
Another thing that I found the right-wing media were not happy about is the fact that one of the Barbies is actually trans.
Oh yeah.
Fucking love
He threw that in there as well, didn't he?
He was
Got a
like,
deeper voice than Ryan Gosling.
no. He was like, no, she's got a deeper voice than me.
Right, one of the Barbies is a trans Barbie, and this is treated totally normally, as though this is a female Barbie with a voice, again, deeper than my own.
Ben, it's not like there's plenty of cis women out there who have a deeper voice than
We've
you.
all got a deeper voice than you.
That is not an own.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, so her name is Harry Neff. And also I went to see it with Maggie, and until I mentioned it to her afterwards, she had no idea.
Yeah.
So making out that she was like obviously trans, I just don't agree with. Not that that's an issue anyway, but like shut the fuck up.
Like,
say that again.
I didn't notice there was anyone trans in the movie before.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I did. Also, I think it was the voice, but a bit, but that's it.
And also, like, it was like when I was with Maggie, she was like, oh right, okay, well, it's great that that wasn't made like an issue of. It wasn't like, and this is trans Barbie. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Which is like, if you are trans, then that's what you want ultimately, isn't it? It's just to like go about as the gender that you feel yourself to be, and it not necessarily always be made such a big deal of.
Yeah. The thing you did, it also kind of reminded me a little bit of my mum, who does this as well. Like, looks for like flaws in the plot.
I guess that's the point, though, isn't it, of his videos? He was going to tear it apart with it being
he
like...
He was going to tear it apart, but it did remind me, like, unless you want all of your films to be as mundane and bound by the rules of logic, etc., as real life, then you're going to have to accept that if you're going to...
Watch a documentary.
Yeah, watch a documentary. Watch some ants in your garden.
Yeah.
Do what you want. But like, films films don't have to be bound by what's precisely logical. That's the point of films, isn't it? Their imagination. And to get that many different ideas and stuff and different things into 2 hours, you're going to have to accept that you're going to fling from one thing to the next. It's not always going to be logical.
Yeah, you're watching a film about a feminist doll.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Sorry about that. Feminism is a dirty word. But it literally just means equality of the sexes, but it's been made a dirty word by men like Mr. Shapiro.
And women as well.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but I accept that women go along with it. I don't think they were the instigators, though. I just think they go along with it unquestioningly. And now a lot of people just seem to think feminism means we hate men. The dictionary definition is equality of the sexes. Yeah. And just things like he was like pointing out the fact that they made a joke about the fact that they were saying that the Kens in the new world where there was equality now, because obviously we start off and the Barbies dominate. Yeah. Well, that isn't actually feminism, is it? That's not feminism. Because feminism is equality.
No.
So the start of the film, where in Barbie land, it's the Barbies dominating, that isn't feminism. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then we swing to the opposite end of the spectrum where it's patriarchy and the men all dominate. And then at the end, you get more towards, I thought it was an analogy of where we are now. You get more towards a sort of middle ground, because then they made a joke, didn't they, about the Kens, if they wanted to get jobs, they couldn't get jobs like at the top, but they could probably get to maybe like circuit level, judge level. And it was just a joke, but he obviously literal Ben took that literally. But I mean, it was a joke, but it's also an analogy. The reality is we are still, if you look at the very top, it's still mostly men.
And also like and also when you look at it as well, if you're looking at it just as like men versus women, then that's like that's not nuanced enough either. Because when you throw race into there, then Black women of color are still not in the positions that many white women find themselves in. So like there's the phrase that for what is it, like for there's like a white like a glass ceiling.
Yeah.
Well, it's said that like that doesn't actually apply for Black women, and it's, I don't know, like a double glass ceiling or like a concrete ceiling or something. Because you throw like things like being Black, being disabled, or
any sort of like, you know, more minority or more any group of people that have had it tougher in the past and still have it tougher now. Although things are improving, they're not there.
So like to say like all women are at a certain level, like is not true. It's not looking at it intersectionally, is what I'm saying. To be queer as well, throw that in the mix.
Yeah, but I mean, I look at like the way I've looked at it is when I look at like barristers' chambers, like when you go into instruct a barrister, you look at all your lists of barristers and it goes from the most qualified and most senior to the least. And often with chambers, when you go to like the very most qualified, you know, the ones that were called to the bar in like the 1980s, 1990s, it's predominantly men. But then as you start going down the list, more and more women are getting in. So that's what that joke made me think of. It made me think, yes, they are getting to a certain level, but we're still not quite there. And it was analogous. And so was the Ken thing when he was like saying to Barbie, doesn't feel good, does it? To just be like a side piece. I thought that was a really good analogy, but in you know, real world, it's been the other way around.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
He made that point.
I thought it was funny as well, like, so when I watched the film, at first, I actually did think, I was like, oh, Barbie is being cruel to Ken.
Yeah, so did I.
But then I was speaking to Maggie about it afterwards, and she was saying it was great how they portrayed like the fragile male ego, and that actually made me rethink what I thought of how Barbie treated Ken, because actually I don't think that she was cruel to him. She just didn't fancy him. So he was like, exactly. So he was all up in her business, like, can I hang out with you? Can I do blah 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 blah? And she was just like, no. And so I took that. Maybe that's because of experiences that I've had. I don't know. Or like how as women we feel like we kind of have to, I don't know, like almost like pacify men sometimes. You know, like when someone's come on to you or whatever. But yeah, that's all it was. She just didn't fancy him. She wasn't cruel to him. She was just like, I'd rather just.
I mean, there was another level to it, wasn't it? Like the Kens didn't have the houses, and the Kens' job was just beach. Do you know what I mean? Like, so there wasn't a level to it where they were just, you know, but that's because Barbies have been made for girls, haven't they? So they predominantly echo the lives of girls.
Yeah, and also like that was what life was like for women until not that long ago. Women could only open a bank account in England, I think in 1967, like in her own name.
Yeah, outrageous, isn't it?
So it's not.
Rape was only considered actually rape within a marriage in 1992. That's when the law was changed.
Madness in England. And this is the thing as well. So like when we're talking about feminism, it's really important to not just talk about white feminism, because that's what I think Ben and the right-wing media are really discussing, because these like things that seemed really exaggerated to us as women living in England, I think like in other countries, like it is still that extreme or closer to that extreme that we saw in the film, where women do have significantly fewer rights and are second-class citizens to men.
Yeah. What is it? I can't remember what it was. Was it some like sort of tribe in India or some sort of part of Indian culture? A minority, I accept, and probably not current, but where the husband dies, the woman is expected to just throw herself on the fire as well. You know what I mean?
There's a name for that. I don't. Well, it doesn't happen anymore. And if I'm being honest, I don't know how often it actually did happen as well.
The very fact it could happen, the fact that women, illegitimate mothers used to have to go and like give their single mothers had to give their children up because it was so frowned upon. Like women who had sex outside of marriage would have to go to the Magdalene laundries. Do you know what I mean? The history is enormous, and it really isn't that far in the past. It could very quickly topple. I mean, look at abortion now. It's just been so quickly turned around in certain states in America, and the protection just going like, where have you gone, Corey? Oh, is the cat blurring you? So my favourite thing that Ben Shapiro said, with absolutely zero sense of irony, was, good luck getting those communist China to allow their kids to watch it. They're not gonna put up with it.
The income trajectory of this film is, by the way, it's just gonna die in China. The overseas market for this film, good luck with the Chinese Communist government putting their kids in front of this sort of stuff. It is not going to happen.
If communist China won't allow it, then it must be really bad. You know what I mean? It's not a good thing. Do you want to see the kittens?
Yeah, I'm getting a bit tired, but yeah, let's see the kittens.
Okay. Do you want to see my Barbie outfit? I mixed it up a little bit because I know we were doing the fluffy jammies, but I also just got this new dress for my holiday. And I'm just wrecking the joint. How cute! It's my little. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah. Come on, let's go party. Ooh, ooh.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Right. Would you like to meet new additions to our family?
Yeah, these are
little babies.
So we've got a ginger girl here
Yeah, this is Squealer.
because she likes to squeal.
And also
Okay.
Laguna. Her name's Laguna.
Violet likes to name them different things.
Yeah.
I call this one Trouble because she just looks like trouble. Look at her. I'm back.
She does.
I'm
She
naughty.
looks naughty.
She's naughty.
Oh my God, they're
That's cute.
so
I call her Love.
cute.
Yeah.
Are they nosy?
This
And
then
then
squeak when no, they're not. They're only noisy when like you hold them because they're still not quite ready to be apart from mum.
this
But
one's Snowball.
this is a little creamy boy.
Oh my God.
Look at him. Get off my head, creamy boy.
So we've got another one called
And there's mommy.
Oh, look at what you did, Pearl. Look at what you made.
Do you like
They're
them?
so beautiful. I love them.
Aren't they just the cutest things ever?
They're so gorgeous. Oh my God, I love them.
Oh, that's cute, Violet.
Oh my
That's
God.
cute. Let's do that with the others. Just quick. Bye, guys. It was really nice to meet you, but we're going now.
Oh my God, I love them.
Oh.
Where's your Gingy sister? Okay, here's your baby. Just watch her. She's down there, Violet.
Okay.
And then, okay, just watch her. That's it. Okay. Bye, guys. I'm a beautiful creamy boy. I'm
Oh
going
my
back. I'm
God.
going back to bed to sleep with my mummy.
I love them.
Bye.
Bye bye, little babies. Wish I had my own place and I would take one.
I know how we can end this podcast. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Ooh. Thanks, guys.
So this is now officially Charlie's OnlyFans.
As long as
Yeah,
there's no
that is
nipple,
true.
then it's absolutely fine content. And
Yeah, that is true.
and it can be seen by anybody anywhere. That's the rule. That's the rule. If there's no nipple, it's absolutely as long as you don't expose the bit that actually feeds and provides nutrition for the babies, fine.
Yeah, but even when you are feeding the babies, we still don't want to see the nipple, not in public.
No.
No.
It's fine if there's like a little strip here and it's just glorious, massive, bouncing sexual breast. That's fine. But just no nipple, please.
No, no, too much.
Come on, Barbie. Hold on. Let me just put the beast up. Gory, I can't see your head. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party. Yeah. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party. Ooh, 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 ooh.